We create one variable called x, and I will assign it with the value 1. Okay, var space x equal to 1. Then I will say var space y equal to x. Console.log x. So you know what will be the output, right? So I will get output like 1 and 1, because line number 1 I'm assigning the value 1 for the variable x, and line number 2 I'm saying so y equal to x. So which is so y will also hold the value 1. So this is a very primitive type, right? So this one we call it as a deep copy, which means I'm assigning the value of whenever I say where x equal to 1, x will hold the value 1, and whenever I say y equal to x, what will happen is the value of x will get stored in the variable y. So this one we call it as a deep copy. Whenever we uh, copy a value of one variable into another variable. So if I say spread and rest. So now when I change the value of x equal to 2 at line number 3. So what is happening is x value is 2 and y value is 1. So this is behaving like this. Since I'm storing the value of x into y. So in some cases, what will happen is whenever we use an array, right? So for example, I create an array, name it as array1. I store some values like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then comma, okay, 3 or 4. Okay, I will store these 4 values. Similarly, I will create another array and name it as array2. So this time what I will do is I will say a where array2 equal to array1. My system is little slow. Okay, array. So line number 7 I say array1, and then 8 I say array2. Just comment out this line. So what is happening is it's behaving similarly, like but internally what is happening is the JavaScript, since array is a collection data type, and arrays and objects are not like simple data types. So since they are complex data types, by default JavaScript, whenever I say some array equal to some array or some object equal to some object, what JavaScript does is it stores the reference of one array into another array. So in this case, what will happen is the reference of array1 will be looked by array2. So this one we call it as a shallow copy in JavaScript. So this is basically to save memory. So what will happen is here at line number 7, if I say array of 0. So what will happen is if you run the output, the array2 is also showing the same value of array1. So because it looks to the array2 looks to the reference of array1. So this thing we call it as shallow copy. So in ES script, they wanted some simple way to handle this scenario. Normally, what we will do is we will create another array, and we have to iterate through one array, and we have to push all the other items of the array into the new array. So in traditional way of JavaScript, before ES6 was coming into the picture, so we were doing like this. So we will loop through. So what will happen if I change one array? Again, the reference, again the other array is also getting referred to the same reference, and it is also getting the same value of the array which is modified. So before, if we have to handle this scenario, what we should do is we should loop through one array and we have to create a fresh array and we have to push everything into the another array. So we were handling those scenarios classically. So in order to handle that scenario, in modern JavaScript, when ES6 was introduced, they introduced something called as spread operator. So this three dots, when you put before any data type, right? So that thing we call it as a spread syntax in ES6. So what will happen is once the compiler looks this three dots, it will understand I should do a deep copy and not a shallow copy. So we are using spread for that purpose. Let me save this file. So if you see, so array2, the value is not changed when array1's value is changed. So because it is not array2 is not now looking into the reference of array1, rather it is having its own value in the memory allocation. Okay, so this is one thing. This is one advantage of using a spread operator. If you ask me, like, will this work only for array? It is not the case. Like, if I create an object, for example, I will say where obj1 equal to some object x1 and then y2. obj2 equal to obj1, I will say. And then here I will say console.log obj1 and obj2. So now, for example, if I say obj1 dot x equal to 67, some number I'm giving. Now again, what is happening, since it is storing the reference, obj2 is also reflecting the same value of obj1. So if I have to handle this scenario, again I have to use this curly braces and then I should say three dots and close curly braces. So when it comes to array, we will be using a square braces, and when it comes to object, we should use curly braces instead of square braces. So this is one advantage of spread operator. Like when we have to explicitly say, like, do not store the reference, store the value, so we can use the spread operator and we can use it whenever we want to clone one object into another object in JavaScript. So this is one thing. So now what I will do is I will demonstrate some other advantages of this um, spread operator. So let me create an array 1, 2, 3, 4, and another array like array2 equal 5, 6, 7, and 8. So normally, like, if I want to append these two arrays, right? Either what we were doing still the CS6 was introduced, we were saying array2 equal to array2 dot concat. So we will be using this concat operator. So now, and then I will say array1. Here I will say console dot log So what is happening is here array1 is having this value. So once after this line is getting executed, so this is getting concatenated, right? So we will be using something like this, or we can also use our classic for each loop, right? So I will say array2 dot for each. Array1. So likewise I will do, and then if I print it in the console, so this is one way of copying one array into another array. Okay, into array 2, I'm looping through all the values of array 2, and I'm pushing into array 1, right? So into array 1, I have copied, I have concatenated the array 2. So that is what we were doing. But with the spread operator coming into picture, I can simply create a array variable, and I can say 3 dots array 1, 3 dots array 2. So we'll say console.log result. So what has happened? So both the array has got concatenated in a single line, right? So we don't need to write this 3 lines of code anymore, and we do not need to use concat operator as well. So for example, if you create one more array, so this is advantage of a spread operator. So whenever we want to concatenate two arrays, like we can so use like this. So it's a very simple. This syntax is simplified with the introduction of this is spread operator. So like let me create a function now. I will create a function with the name sum, which will accept three values, and it will return me sum of those three values, a plus b plus c. Here if I say console.log sum of 1 comma 2 comma 3. Let me comment this line. So this is a simple function. So here what I can do is, instead of passing it as 1 comma 2 comma 3, I already have a array 1, right? So here I can pass array dot 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 array 1. So this is also giving me same result. So what it basically do is, whenever I use this triple dot, it spreads the array, and according to the function signature, right? So it just splits the value, and it for every argument it is spreading the element of the array present. Element of the array, it is splitting into every argument in the function definition. So since I have 1 comma 2 comma 3 here, so I'm getting the result as like 6, right? So if I say 5 comma 6 comma 7, I should get 18, right? So what I will do, so it is simply spreading it, like if I say comma d here, so I'm getting the corresponding output, right? So it is adding 8, and it is returning me the sum. So according to the number of elements present in the array, if I pass that array with 3 dots as prefix, it is spreading the element of the array, and according to the function signature, it is just splitting and passing each element of array for every argument. So what if I pass this result to? So this result to, it is having more number of elements now. So if I, so 1 2 3 4, these four elements it will spread, and it will pass it for A, B, C, and D correspondingly. So the other elements, if I have to capture, then I have to say dot 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 here, and then some value O or something. So if I want to the capture the left out element in the function call. So whenever the element is passed via the spread operator, I can go for rest operator. So this thing we call it as a rest operator. We will always be using this rest operator in the function definition input parameter list. So for capturing all the left out arguments that is passed to the function call. So here what I will say console.log, you can simply say wo. Let me comment out this line. Not array 2, I should pass the result 2, right? So array 2 has only 4 arguments, and that is the reason it is returning me a null, and then it is returning me the sum. So this was printed by this line number 29, which I commented right now. So what is happening? So result as 10, 11. So it is basically okay. 10, 11, 1 and 2. So sum is like 24, and all the rest arguments I'm printing in the console. So whatever I have to logic I have to implement by using this like the rest whatever I captured using the rest argument, I can implement in line number 33. So it is returning me the sum which I am printing in the console. So basically this rest argument we use for capturing the left out arguments in the function call. So we normally put it in the last only. So if we put it and if you put this rest argument somewhere else, it will not work.